Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Escape the Matrix. If you guys are new to my channel is about escaping the 9-to-5 life. It's about credit cards, about travel, things like that. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video. So without further ado, let me not waste any more time. Today's video is about earning more tips as an Uber driver. So these are things that you should be doing if you want to earn more tips. So the number one thing is making a good impression. So as a first impression, the first thing that you should do is make sure your car is as clean as it can be and make sure your car smells good. Because if a customer is getting in your car and they notice a bad odor or they notice the car is super dirty, they're not gonna tip you because they're not gonna be comfortable in the car. You want to make it the most comfortable experience for the rider as possible so you can get a tip. Not even just for a tip, just for yourself. You want to present yourself as a clean person, and if your car smells really bad or it's really dirty, you're not going to present yourself as such, so your riders probably will not tip you. The second tip I have for you Uber drivers is to read the room. So what I mean by that is, of course, as soon as someone enters the car, you greet them in a friendly manner, and then you maybe try to start some light small talk. But if you see that the person is not engaging in conversation, don't keep trying to engage in conversation. Some people just want a quiet ride, so give the people what they want. Sometimes the best tippers will be the person that you don't talk to at all. You give them what they want. If they want to talk to you, give them conversation. If they don't want to talk to you, stop trying to force a conversation. If there is no rapport, stop trying to force a rapport. Just do your job and get the person to where they need to go. Everything else is a bonus. So you want to do what is the most comfortable thing for the rider. And if talking is not the most comfortable thing, you don't want to force that for a rider. So make sure you don't do that. Don't force a conversation. So that's the second tip. Don't force a conversation if it's not there. The third tip that I have for you guys is sometimes when you're going on a long ride, the conversation is very likely to die out. So don't worry about it if it does. But if you are going on a trip, and even if there is no conversation, make sure you greet the customer politely and make sure you ask them to let you know if they need anything at all during their ride. I've noticed that always constantly doing this is definitely helpful when it comes to getting tips, because just even if you're not doing anything for somebody, just the mere fact that you ask them to ask you if they need anything during their ride is just giving a sense of better service to the customer, which you want to do. The third thing you want to do to ensure that you get tipped is to be relatable. Find common ground with the customer if you do happen to have a conversation with them, and then, elaborate on that or keep the conversation going. Don't talk too much. Let the rider talk. People love to talk, and if you give them an opportunity to talk about something that they actually are interested in, trust me, they'll find more and more things to bring up related to that topic, as long as you find a topic that they are interested in. Just a side note, I wouldn't really talk too much religion or politics unless you guys have the same faith or you guys have the same political agreement. Don't have those political conversations unless you guys have the same ideologies as far as politics go, because something like that can go south real quick. So you don't want to have conversations where you are disagreeing with customers. You want to be an agreeable person so they like you and they want to tip you. The fifth tip I have for you guys is to make sure you're not in a rush while you're driving. You want to be a smooth driver. You don't want to be slamming on brakes. You don't want to be overtaking people. I noticed that most customers, unless they tell you that they're in a rush, they would rather get to a place safer and a little bit later and have a comfortable ride. Nobody wants to have a rough ride. If you're in an Uber, you want a smooth ride and you want to get to your destination safely. You don't want to feel unsafe in that Uber. Follow all the rules of the road and just be a good driver. This is your profession. Make sure you do it well. The sixth tip I have for you guys is I've seen way too many times when Uber drivers are picking up a passenger and they see that they have bags with them or something heavy with them, and they don't get out of the car, open their trunk, and help the customers out with the bag. This is your job. You have to provide that good service. If you want to get tipped, you want to provide above and beyond service. You don't want to be the average driver and just be lazy and not doing it. You want to be the driver that as soon as you pull up, you're already opening your trunk, you're getting out of the car to go help them out with the bag so you can get that tip. All right, you know, and it's just a nice thing to do. You know what I mean? You're the driver, you're providing that service. Yeah, you're the driver and not their personal assistant to help them with the bags, but believe it or not, that's actually a part of your job. You know, the things that they're carrying with them is a part of them. That's a part of the ride. You have to go and help them. And if you're not, don't expect a tip. The seventh and last tip is to be likable. Smile, you know, don't have such a don't be looking so angry all the time. Don't be so rude. Don't be aggressive. Be very polite, be gentle, be nice. You know, smile, big smile. Get those smiles in, get the smiles in, make people laugh, have a good time, If you have a good time and you build a connection with people, people are gonna feel obligated to tip you. And if you don't do those things, then how can you even expect a tip? You shouldn't expect a tip. Don't expect a tip. If you're not doing these things, do not expect to get tipped by a customer. And if you're not smashing that like button right now, you also won't get tipped by a customer, I promise you. So if you want to get these tips from these customers, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you comment any questions that you have, and make sure you share this video with someone else who may need this help. But until next time, Escape the Matrix out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.